It's time for the penultimate round of the season then, and we're in Abu Dhabi. Daf Sanchez on pole from Zeph and Alan Lee. Then it's Cameron, Marcus Nelson, Ravo, and the championship leader B Dragon Sonic. Lawless Leclerc alongside. Then it's Mini, Akari, and K Hori. Then it's Sigmund, Inokui, Batuko, and Daniel Bogdasarov. David Kamino only 16th. Then it's MF1 and his teammate Ender Dragon Danny. Catfish is 19th, Leo is 20th, Valerio A. Ramirez 31st, and Solos Kynes in last. This is one of the 2 days where the championship could be decided, or it could go down to the wire in London. All 5 let's go on, and we are green for the Yas Island Prix. Daf Sanchez with an amazing start off the line. His teammate B Dragon Sonic getting himself alongside Cameron already up into 6th place. Marcus Nelson up into 4th already. Alan Levo and his Andretti up in 2nd. Andretti only with 1 race win this season, but it was definitely their greatest yet, as we see B Dragon Sonic trying to pull alongside Zeph for 4th place here. But after the first sector, it's Daf Sanchez who leads the way from Alan Lee and Marcus Nelson. We see B Dragon Sonic now, and the rest of the field scrambling for position, going back to the championship leader. He's been passed by Zap, and he might actually be passed by Cameron here. And what a first lap we've already had. Here's the Sega branded Hyperdrive Mercedes EQ car trying to get himself back up into 4th place, defending from Medicis while attacking Zeph, and he has gone past Zeph. He's got the inside line coming through this long sweeping left-hander, and that's Speed Dragon Sonic up into 4th. His teammate already quite a ways up ahead of the field. Zeph almost hitting the back of the Hyperdrive car. Akari with a 5-second time penalty, so that's Akari. He currently lost, like his teammate in fact. The 2 Envision cars not having the best opening lap here under the lights in the desert. So on to lap 2 we go. Sanchez leads away from Marcus Nelson, who's just gone past Alan Lee. Then it's Medicis and B Dragon Sonic fighting over that 4th position still. DRS has been activated for this lap, and I do believe everyone is going to get a DRS as Medicis. Medicis gets a 5-second time penalty for colliding with B Dragon Sonic, and he's going to need to get as far up the field as possible to salvage anything. B Dragon Sonic's closest championship rival, Solos Kynes, only 19th. If we were to finish like this, then the Nigerian driver would take his 9th World Drivers' Championship, as Zygmunt then gets a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision. Another driver getting a time penalty, and it's only lap 2. Will everyone get time penalties for colliding with another driver? As we see Marcus Nelson then on the back of Daf Sanchez. Tires here in the desert absolutely getting shredded. I expect this to be at least a 3-stopper, as down the inside tried to go Marcus Nelson, but he just doesn't have the room for it. He is literal inches away from the back of the Hyperdrive cars. Out of the race has gone Ender Dragon Danny. There is the Bugatti car, and we're now under full course yellow. My goodness me, what an interesting first few laps. Marcus Nelson setting a new fastest lap of the Prix of 1:21.216. We've got 11 to go. Catfish is pit, so I expect him. Yeah, he's missing his front wing. They've changed it on that neon McLaren car. They've sent him out on soft tires, which is probably the smartest move. But Solos Kynes, who's currently down in 20th place, he's not making any inroads on even MF1 or ahead of him. This championship might be decided here tonight, folks, if that hard-tired Porsche car can't get himself up into the points. He's currently 29 points down on B Dragon Sonic with 50 points left on offer. If he cannot close that gap to at least 25 points, then the championship is done here in Abu Dhabi. As looking at that championship leader in that Hyperdrive Mercedes EQ car, trying to close in on Medicis just a little bit more, as we see Marcus Nelson and Daf Sanchez still fighting over that lead. Down the inside goes the season 9 champion, and almost into the lead. He's gone as Akari out of the race for causing a collision, and that is behind Carlos Sainz there. Got a 5-second time penalty also for that. As into the pits comes most of the field, in fact. So Zach stays out, Ravo stays out, Mini has stayed out. They're double stacking out Hyperdrive Mercedes. And this has taken B-Dragon Sonic from 5th down to 18th here. Well, Carlos Sainz down the points, but he's still yet to make a stop. This could come down to a battle of strategy here, as Sanchez has come out of the pits behind Marcus Nelson here. Sanchez is still technically, mathematically in the championship hunt. So is Lawless Leclerc. They are under 52 points away from B-Dragon Sonic. In fact, Sanchez is 50 points away from him, and that's a good way to try and make an inroad. Down the inside, coming into the chicane, goes Daf Sanchez, and up into 10th he goes. And he's looking at 9th place as well, but Marcus Nelson pulls out to the inside before he can. Sanchez, however, once again goes for that position. Sanchez setting a purple second sector, and he's up into 9th. As the drivers who have stayed out, they're really trying to save tyres for the end of the race. Zygmunt almost hitting the wall there. He's gone monumentally long on those soft tyres. 4 laps on tyres that literally could only last 3. As into the pits comes almost everyone who was going to. Ravo staying out. And so is not QE, Daniel Baltasar and Carlos Sainz. Those guys were on the hards. Catfish setting a purple lap time. It's a 1:17.266 with a McLaren driver in the number 2 car. And Carlos Sainz currently 5th. If it were to finish like this, his championship hopes would still be alive as we see B-Dragon Sonic get past Lawless Leclerc. They draw side by side now. I believe, yeah, B-Dragon Sonic with DRS, but it's not enough to keep that Cupra car behind. On the timing tire is going absolutely mad right now with 9 to go. Sanchez trying to close in on Ravo. That Revolution Maserati car has gone so far on his tyres. It is a genuine liability to him now. He's done this so many times before. He loves going on those tyres, and he's out. Ravo is out of the Yas Island Prix. There is his upside down car. Marcus Nelson involved in this. Lawless Leclerc getting a 5-second time penalty for colliding with that Revolution car that is now out of the race. My goodness me, what an overtake that would have been. But Sanchez pits anyway. Sanchez going for a second start. Medicis, the other Revolution car, staying out. B-Dragon Sonic, however, also staying out for another tour. And Carlos Sainz finally comes into the pits to make his first stop. For him, it will likely be a 2-stop race. But considering that Daf Sanchez has pit again, the pole sitters pit again, he's definitely going to try and do a 3-stop race. But how that's going to turn out, yeah, only going to find out here. As down the inside goes NF1 World, up into the points for the Bugatti driver. Valerio Ramirez setting a purple first sector, down in 17th position. And Carlos Sainz, he's on the soft tyres. He's going to need to put in some absolute stonkers, or else his championship hopes go down the shitter unless B-Dragon Sonic retires from this race and he can get 3 points. Lawless Leclerc defending from B-Dragon Sonic by overtaking Marcus Nelson. Factoring penalties, Alan Lee's actually leading the way. Marcus Nelson defends from B-Dragon Sonic and Nelson into the wall. Marcus Nelson hits the wall, trying to get past Lawless Leclerc. 3 into 1 does not go. Mini gets another 5-second time penalty. So that is both Jaguar cars with 5 seconds. And out of the race has gone Marcus Nelson. And the Danish driver cannot find any luck as Carlos Sainz has gone a 5-second time penalty of his own. At half race distance, his championship hopes look ever less likely. Bituco comes into the pits then with Leo as well. And this is looking to be a race of attrition. Full course yellow ending. This man's just been there for most of the major crashes in this race. Both hyperdrive cars have been, actually. So Medicis leading the way from Alan Lee and Lars Clerk. Then it's B, Dragon Sonic and David Camino. That is your top 5. And they're not anywhere near each other. They're not in DRS range. Well, B, Dragon Sonic is in DRS range of Lars Clerk, but he's not close enough to make any sort of inroads on the Cooper car. As you see, Medicis heading into the section of track that has caught out most drivers trying to make an overtake. You can see him just sliding and trying to lay a bit more rubber on the track for drivers around him, as well as, oh, slow! David Camino's slow! Daf Sanchez is caught up to the back of the Braun car, is out of the race, has gone down on Boccasaurus. We hop on board with an F1 world who is also out, sliding out of the race. Batuco coming to the incident, and Batuco slides, hits the wall. He hit Catfish there. As we go on board with Leo arriving at the scene of the incident. And we have just lost 2 cars at one turn. It's another VSC. B-Dragon Sonic going exceptionally long on these mediums. He's trying to do a 2-stop. He's trying to do a 2-stop. Batuco's hit for a 3rd time. But B-Dragon Sonic only going for a 2-stop race. If he pits onto another set of mediums, it would be likely, but they're probably going to put him onto soft tyres for his next pit stop. Medicis is still staying up. His tyres look worse than V-Dragon Sonic's, only marginally though. As we see Zeth fighting over 4th place with Mini Alan Lee. Yeah, oh my goodness, they're going 5 wide, just like last year in the BDS F1 Championship, only this time it's not for the race win, it's only for 4th. Alan Lee gets himself up into 4th place. Lawless Leclerc sitting the fastest 2nd sector of anybody there, as he gets himself up into 4th place now. Daf Sanchez looking in his mirrors with dread, thinking, what if he got into this? And Zeph has gone into the wall. Spinning is the Braun GP driver, and there's a stray front wing that I think that might actually be of Zeph's. Oh, and Leo's hit the back of the Braun car, who is missing his front wing. I am not mistaken. As here comes, flipping is Leo now, and out of the race is Leo. Batuco missing his front wing, and he's had a 5-second time penalty added to him. Valeria A. Ramirez also involved in this incident somehow. As B-Dragon Sonic comes out of the pits now, and I don't think he's going to go over the entire race distance on those soft tyres. I don't think he's got it in him. I don't think he can do that. There's just a limit to how long he can go. Batuco stops for a 4th time. I'm shocked they haven't retired that car. Leo comes out of the pits in 14th. But Daf Sanchez currently leads the way. He's got another pit stop to make. Lawless Leclerc on the back of him. Lawless Leclerc with DRS and attack mode used at the same time. Lawless Leclerc to the lead in the Yas Island Prix. With only 5 laps to go, that's a move he really needed to make. He's not truly being challenging anymore, is he? As here comes Alan Leon, now Sanchez too. Sanchez has gone from 1st to 3rd here in Yas Island, but he's got the inside line still, and he pits. Daf Sanchez to the pit lane. What a fight for the lead we've had there. And with 4 to go, Medicis is setting a fastest 3rd sector of anybody. As an RQE comes into the pits as well. Carlos Kynes staying out. And those hard tyres, the Salas Kynes, they've offset him from the rest of the field. He might have to pit again. B-Dragon Sonic looking at him, he's probably going to pit again, to be completely honest, because of how quick the tyres drain in the desert. The surface is of the track to make sure there's no issue with sandstorms very abrasive. It's a very rough and coarse, like sand in a way. As Kynes gets past K-Hori with the DRS benefit. Alan Lee still within a second of Lars Leclerc ahead. I don't know if that's striking distance though. If they stay out for another lap, that will be striking distance, but I doubt they will. Just to keep themselves safe from any problems, as Hori now thrown into the clutches of Mini. Mini on the back of him, the Jaguar driver trying to find a way to get him up into 7th place, into the pits. Has come Lars Leclerc for his 3rd and hopefully final pit stop. Hori still defending well. The Japanese driver defending from Mini, the Italian. But he's still on his back. Carlos Sainz at the new fastest lap of the Prix. As here comes Mini coming into turn 2. And he's still not there yet. They go side by side through 3 into 4. And Hori just pulled ahead just ever so slightly as up ahead. Medicis pulls alongside, takes the lead of the Yas Island E-Prix, but with that 5-second time penalty, he will still fall behind even B-Dragon Sonic in all of this. Because of that penalty, he really shouldn't have gotten. It was just a little bit of a tap. But rules are rules in this championship. Alan Lee, he's got no answer to that at all. He's dropped off 0.8 of a second. Medicis, he's probably going to pit again though. Maybe on this lap, maybe on the next, but he's probably got another pit stop to make. We see B-Dragon Sonic now, who pitted around the same time as K Medicis. And if Medicis pits on this lap, you know damn well that B-Dragon Sonic pits. And here is Medicis. He is in the pit lane. B-Dragon Sonic also pits. Here is Carlos Sainz on 60% tyre wear, and he's staying out for lap 12. This is going to come down to strategy then. Alan Lee leading the way. The Andretti team might just win 2 races with 2 different drivers here in this season. Daf Sanchez, the pole sitter, currently 3rd place. He's got the best tyres of anyone in the top 3. And can he go to the end is the question. I think he should be able to. Valerio Ramirez does come into the pits again. And this is for soft tyres, which will see her through to the end of the race. B-Dragon Sonic also on the soft tyres, trying to defend from an Okui who will have DRS coming down the main straight. Lars Leclerc, I think there might be a bit of team orders here with the 2 Cupra drivers. As here comes Lars Leclerc on Sigmund. He's on a different strategy to his teammate. He's got more tyres than his teammate. Sigmund's got to come in soon, or else he's going to be at risk of a puncture. And Medicis on the back of Sigmund now. He's gone past Hori there. Can he get past the Cupra ahead of him? It's going to be so close. He's behind Lars Leclerc here. And I think he might just about be able to do it. And they go side by side through this next section. Almost into the wall when Sigmund there. Hori behind him. Going absolutely buck wild. Alan Lee's pit. Carlos Sainz currently leads the way in Yas Island. Pit lane entry will close at the end of this lap. He's on 44% tyres. So Daf Sanchez is closing in rapidly. And this is how Carlos Sainz is going to try and hold on to that last breath of a Drivers' Championship. That championship he saw in Season 6 as Al Carlos. It went away from him. The same could be said for 7 and 8. But here, he can see it. He can see a possibility of a championship. All he has to do is hold on and increase that gap. Currently, he would be 4th. No, he would actually be 2nd. He would only lose out to Daf Sanchez because Medicis and Leclerc both have 5-second time penalties of their own. But here comes Medicis up into 2nd place on the penultimate lap of the Yas Island E-Prix. Daf Sanchez still on the back of that Revolution car. No, he's actually dropped off quite a bit. Leclerc on the back of him. As through goes Lars Leclerc. Almost up into 3rd place there. He's still struggling so much. Almost into the wall. Daf Sanchez 4th from off track. Almost definitely. They're going to have to inquire into that. And Carlos Sainz He's trying out the two-stop strategy. Medicis on the back of him. He's going to need to hold off Medicis with his life. Sigmund with another 5-second time penalty for colliding with K-Hori there. Coming through the final two turns, almost is making a collision. Solos kind of setting a new fastest first sector of anyone. He was last on the grid. B-Dragon Sonic resetting that fastest sector. If he's going to go down, B-Dragon Sonic here, he's going to go down swinging. He's going to need to get into that 5-second window. If he can do that, his championship is his to take. Medicis, however, has overtaken Solos Kynes, as it would stand. That is third for Kynes. With B-Dragon Sonic fifth, he will still be in the championship hunt, but it will be quite a bit harder than if he had the race lead. It's 8 tenths of a second, 7 tenths of a second. Medicis has won out this battle on strategy. Kynes struggling on his side, 20%, as you can see it flickering on his steering wheel. Leclerc on the back and fighting with Daf Sanchez, who's also struggling. And into the wall, it's just got Solos Kynes! Solos Kynes out of the Yas Island Prix, and that means as K Medicis comes across the line to win the Yas Island Prix, B-Dragon Sonic comes across the line to win his 9th World Drivers title and a record-extending 9th World Drivers title here in the FEMC. And on the final lap, where it looks like Solos Kynes had an opportunity to hold on to a potential championship going down to the wire in London, he just misses out at the very end. My goodness me, what a finish! What a finish! And we've got another yellow flag, and that's for Zep coming across the line. And this is your podium then. My oh my, those two drivers with 5-second time penalties, he's really roughed it up. But it's Daf Sanchez who wins the Yas Island Prix from K Medicis and B-Dragon Sonic. Then it's Alan Lee, Wallace Leclerc, and David Camino coming home with the 6th place after starting in 16th. Then it's Anar QE, Catfish, Mini, and K-Hori coming across the line with a single point. And it's Valeria A. Ramirez, Sigmund, Zeph, Batuko, rounding out your finishers. Your non-finishers were Solos Kynes, Leo, MF1 World, Daniel Bontasarov, Marcus Nelson, Rovo, Akari, and Ender Dragonani. In the drivers' standings, B-Dragon Sonic is your seat in 12 Formula E Monoposte champion, and he's ahead of his teammate Daf Sanchez, who was on 94 points. Then it's Solos Kynes, 1 point ahead of Lars Leclerc. Then it's David Camino, who is ahead of both Marcus Nelson and Zeph. I'll let you take a look at the rest of the standings now. In the constructors' standings going into the final round in London, Hyperdrive Mercedes EQ is 60 points ahead of Porsche, which means that Hyperdrive Mercedes EQ are your season 12 constructors standings winners. At Cupra, 1 point behind 1 point behind Porsche, so that is probably going to be as close as down to the wire as you can get in this championship. Braun FE team currently 4th with Jaguar in 5th. Then it's Revolution 10 points back, Andretti Autosport, McLaren Neon, Bugatti, Apex GP, and Envision. We'll see you guys next time then for this championship finale, even though the championship has already been decided in London. That's all from me today. Goodbye.